Big changes are coming in the pensions and benefits for firefighters with Menlo Park's Fire Protection District. The district's government board has just given the fire chief the power to make the changes, including lower retirement benefits for new hires and a number of changes in working conditions.
No. So some of the changes only affect new hires. The two-tier retirement system, obviously for new hires. The residency requirements that you spoke of before, that affects both new hires and existing employees. So what they want to do is have all new hires live within 2 hours of the fire district. And there are other issues that the fire district took away from us. They took away our educational incentive. Used to have a incentive for being educated as a firefighter, having a bachelor's degree. They've taken away our holiday pay and our uniform pay. It's significant changes to the working conditions of our fire department. These types of changes are far outside the bounds of what of normalcy for fire departments in our area.
And now they're in a situation where their salaries have continued to increase while the general population over the last 5 or 6 years has held relatively steady. So now they have both better salaries and better retirement than the people in the private sector. And the problem with it is that local agencies such as the fire district, whose board I sit on, simply are not going to be able to afford this.
County. So what that means is we have a very a solvent tax base. When other agencies were seeing 10, 15, 20% cuts in revenue, some fire jurisdictions, we received a 3% increase in revenues.
They continue to point out, well, you know, you're not running in deficit, you have money, etc. We believe that we have a responsibility as a public agency to ensure that we use our money wisely. So some of the money that we get, we put aside for rebuilding stations. Some of the money we put aside for buying new fire engines. We are financially in very good shape, but we're financially in good shape because we have exercised good financial discipline. And I believe, as an individual, that we're paying them very fairly. And I think that the retirement benefits are better than anybody I've ever met in the private sector, better than anybody that gets in the federal government. So I'm not persuaded that we should take the revenue that we get and either pay them more money or continue to have this very rich retirement program. That's my personal opinion.
And what bothers me more than anything else is that the amount of money that's being wasted on attorneys and things like that. There's just been a ton of government waste. As a taxpayer, as an employee of the fire district, it bothers me, and as a taxpayer, it bothers me is that the fire chief spends money very irresponsibly.
Our stance with the whole situation is that our fire chief is breaking the law as well as the fire board. Realistically, our firefighters are going to be asking for an injunction. So the state of California comes in and tells our fire district board, stop it until the dust settles and we can actually look at this whole situation in its totality. However, if that doesn't happen, some of the impacts are going to be our most senior firefighters are going to leave and retire. And our most junior firefighters are probably going to seek employment somewhere else.
Every time we have a vacancy, we have more than 100 people who apply. If we only had 50 people or 20 people, we would still be able to fill that vacancy. And in this economy, it's very easy to hire people. Hire very good people.
So we actually had 5 of our most senior firefighters call the benefits communication network to find out how do they retire, all within 2.5 hours of each other a few months ago, and that's unheard of. And we're hoping that we're going to be able to stop that from happening through the California court system. But if we don't, I foresee that people are going to end up leaving.
This is Liu He reporting for Peninsula Press in Stanford's journalism program.